Everyone, this is MrSovr, also known as Parker, and today we're going to go over some basic physics with sprites. And I might actually move on a little bit with some of the core features a little bit more, not just with sprites. So today it's mainly the sprites and physics and a little bit more core features. So, where we left off from the last tutorial, we actually went over the basics of sprites and also again the basics of some core features. Today we're going to use physics. Now, the way that these physics work, or the way that the physics work is that there are multiple two-dimensional sprites that cannot intersect, yes, each other, but are actually here. How about this? It's a lot easier just to show you than explain it. So I have a program in here. Hopefully it works. See? Okay. So we run it, and as you can see, it kind of shows that all the sprites were in one corner, and it's kind of shooting everything out because there's enough pressure from there's all these sprites with physics. Everything has to be shooting outwards. So the way that I have this program, here, let me just put it all the way, is that when I control the arrow keys on my keyboard, I can change the gravity. So as you can see, I'm pressing on the down button and the right button, and I can reverse it. It takes a little bit because the velocity has to change for each of the sprites. So now they have a basic understanding of how the sprites work with the physics. The code is super easy. And I can show you right here. And let me just, okay. So we already went over all this. We already went over the different variables, how to load an image, and right here we know how to create a sprite, set the sprite size, and all that stuff. Now, I assume that you know what a for loop is. A for loop, I'm just going to go over really quickly, does a loop for a certain amount of times. As you can see, a variable x is assigned to 1 to 100, so that x is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 100. And you can use that x as an actual variable, like put into the code. So right here we have set sprite physics on with SPR, comma 2. SPR is the actual sprite ID number, and the 2 is the type of physics. Now, I'm not really for sure what's the difference between 1 and 3, but I know that 2 for the sprite physics allows you to actually have it where it's exactly what you just saw in the demonstration. Each sprite is an object that cannot go through another sprite and is controlled by the gravity in the video game. And they can pile up with each other, do all sorts of things. Now, there are specific commands that can control the physics of the actual sprite, which I'm not really going to go into too much because I want to cover more of the core features and, of course, other features that you can add in. But for now, we're just demonstrating a little bit of the basics of the physics. So all the physics is literally taken care of for you. Now, if we were to change the physics, I believe the third physics, if you know what a platformer game is, like let's just say Mario, those sprites that are the different platforms you jump on, I believe is for physics 3, while Mario is for physics type 2. I'll show you in a second. As you can see, it's stationary. It's not shooting out in different directions. I think, I'm not totally for sure, I think 1 is the same way. Yeah, 1 is the same way, but I think 1, for some reason, certain sprites can go through it. I'm not totally, I will admit, I probably should have looked that up beforehand, but for now, we're just going to say that the type 2 physics is probably the best type because it actually reacts as real physics with sprites. Also, set physics gravity with the get direction x times 10, the get direction y times 10, not x. this is basically controlling the gravity within the video game, two-dimensionally. So getDirection X is basically getting the actual variable of the, and it kind of matters on what device you're using. If you're using an iPhone, Android, or something like that, it is the accelerometer sensor that senses tilt. So if you tilt your phone on the x-axis, this will return a variable of that tilt angle. Same thing for the y, but on a different axis. Now, for a computer, you use the arrow keys, which is kind of interesting. So if you hold down the arrow key, it goes from 0 to like -1. It uses it outputs a different float variable, which is with decimals. Just to demonstrate how the get direction actually works, we're going to do a print get direction x. And then we're going to do a print get, oops, did I spell that right? Okay. Get direction y. I compile it and I run it. You can see the variables right there, and I'll move all this over so you can see the interaction of the sprites. As you can see, it doesn't quite go to 1. It kind of increments to that actual to 1. I don't know if it actually goes to 1 eventually, but as you can see, as soon as I stop pressing the down button, it goes back to 0 really quickly. So if I go on the up, or the up key button, sorry, kind of pause there, the up key button, or arrow key, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened there, that was a brain fart. Anyways, I don't usually edit my videos, so just a fair warning. So the up arrow key, you can see, changes the actual variable. And if you can see, there's like a negative value there. Negative when you go up, positive when it goes down. And of course, when I do the side arrow keys, you can see the variable changes. And I can alter the gravity in the two-dimensional game. Now, of course, when it's negative, I'm doing to the left. When it's positive, it's to the right. Negative when it goes up, and positive when it goes down. So that's basically how the physics work, and also by tilting your phone or using the arrow keys to control the gravity in the video game. Okay, so now that we understand how the directions work, let me see, what else? Actually, I think I'm going to cut off the video right here. I will, it's a little bit of a shorter video, just kind of introducing a few minor things. Next, I'm probably going to start integrating a little bit more advanced sprites, and then I'll eventually go into three-dimensional graphics. So, thank you for watching this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and also to comment on anything. I know this was really short. I promise you that more videos will be coming as a lot more longer videos. So, thank you for watching. This is MrSovr. See you later.